to the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. When can you listen to the Sister Speak Show? At 7 p.m. Central. Tune in on the go or at your residential. Spreaker, YouTube, Alexa, or SoundCloud. Interviewing special guests that have been blessed and will bless us. Through spoken word and awareness, knowledge is wealth if you gain it. Share this in the streets, in the burbs, anywhere that we can be heard. It's about that time to elevate your mind. Feel the beat, Sister Speak, come and eat a spiritual treat. It's about that time to stimulate your mind. Feel the beat, Sister Speak, come and eat a spiritual treat.
Welcome, my brothers and my sisters, to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. You are listening live, and we are recording from Dallas, Texas. I am the creator, producer, and host, Ayana, of the Sister Speak Show. Kingdom Child Recordings is executive producer of the Sister Speak Show. Brothers and sisters, oh yes! We are back live. We just had a special guest at 5 p.m. on the tour. We had Queso. Shout out to him. And now we're back with another special guest, my brothers and sisters. But before we talk about my special guest, let me go ahead and first say this. You know, we always have manners here on the Sister Speak Show. Welcome to all of my first-time listeners. Welcome back to all of my regular listeners. Shout out to you all. I hope you are having a wonderful day. So check this in. Let me explain to you about the Sister Speak Show. We are a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa. We consist of six segments within this podcast that contain special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic and impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. We are a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment. Just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb. We go wisdom on the Sister Speak Show. Now that we've got that in the way so you can know exactly what's going on with the Sister Speak Show. Because look, brothers and sisters, I am not going to leave you high and dry. You're going to enjoy this podcast because we are the flavor in your ear. Add us to your listening shuffle. Why don't you? We'll be back right after these commercial breaks.
Live this Saturday on the Sister Speak Show from Miami, Florida at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on the tour. My special guest will be SDYP The Movement recording artist Queso. I'm excited about this interview because we're going to talk about the release of his debut single, Drip Drop, through SDYP The Movement, as well as everything else that this brother has going on. The tour where we cover every aspect of the music industry. We try not to miss a beat on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Sister Speak Show from Jackson, Mississippi at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Recording artist, engineer, producer, 100K. We're going to get into the music industry, what it means to produce, to be an engineer, as well as a recording artist, a triple threat, and how he manages it all, as well as his perspective on the contemporary music industry. On the Sister Speak Show, recorded both live and on demand in Dallas, Texas, hosted by Ayana Holloman. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Live this Sunday on the Sister Speak Show from Dallas, Texas. My special guest at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the platform will be fashion designer and wardrobe stylist Mike Sims. Mike Sims is well known in the urban hip-hop entertainment industry when it comes to wardrobe styling as well as fashion design. Who is Mike Sims? Well, you're going to find out on the platform on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve.
Welcome back, my brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the tour. I am your host, Ayana. And that's right, my special guest all the way from Jackson. Oh, my goodness, this always keeps happening, but not today. Brothers and sisters, my special guest from Jackson, Mississippi will be recording artist, sound engineer, and producer, 100K. Stand up, Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to you all who are listening in support this evening. And shout out to everybody who will be listening in support on demand. Look, The Sister Speak Show on the tour. We cover every aspect of the music industry. We don't skip a beat. We are so intrigued by what goes on, the ins and outs of the music industry. Not from a gossip standpoint, understand that, but more from a standpoint of wisdom, a standpoint of, what your passions are, what you have going on, how you contribute, your perspective. All of that is very important. And there are so many different jobs that go into the industry. So our job at the Sister Speak Show is to reach out and to also receive, interviews of people who are doing just that, no matter what it is. But anyway, I am feeling so excited about this interview this evening. I'm excited about every interview that I have. But I said, you know what? This is my show, and I'm going to do what I feel like doing. So I just feel like playing this song, and I just hope that you are just ready to, pop your collar. Stand up real straight, get your gig, and just understand that this is a throwback, but it's a classic, because about music on the Sister Speak Show, we are about the classics. We are about the hits. We are about the ones that know how to gas, the ones that don't suck. I hate whack music. Music that is whack is a waste of my ear time, right? Yes. Okay, let's get it. Let's go, brothers and sisters.
How you do that there, New Orleans? How you do that there?
How you do that there? Master P, Young Bleed, CeeLo. Sorry about that, brothers and sisters. We're going to play that again because within that, there was just a little technical difficulty. But we're going to come right back to it. Hold on. I know y'all was giggling like, what's going on, DJ? What's going on? We back. If you just now tuning in, you are listening live to the tour. I am your host, Ayana. This is the Sister Speak Show. My special guest tonight will be from Jackson, Mississippi, recording artist, engineer, producer, 100K. Let's get it, let's go. You are listening to Master P, Young Bleed, CeeLo. How you do that?
Sipping on Hennessy, a million tickets won't meet. Money getting
Hey, yes. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the Tour on the Sister Speak Show. Yeah, that's how we got it cracking this evening. Shout out to everybody who is listening in support of my guests who will be calling in, my brothers and sisters all the way from Jackson, Mississippi. You know, we got to talk about it this evening. We just got to talk about it. What do we have to talk about? We got to talk about the rap beef. We've got to talk about the club beef. We got to talk about the songs that get it started in the club. I'm telling you, like, look, I'm all about life and I want my brothers and sisters to live. So we got to work on some things. We got to work on some communication skills. We got to let some things go. We got to learn how to shut up if we can't back it up. We got to learn how to even shut up if we can back it up. We got to learn how to balance the two, because I don't want y'all coming out here producing all this great music and then next thing you know, we got to see a CNN report or get a feed or a post notification on the gram that you've lost your life because of some beef. You know? Go vegan in your conversations. Leave the beef out of your conversations. You need to have a vegan vocabulary so y'all can stop having these issues. It's just, it should not be that serious. So we've got to do some things to keep all of these rappers and these, you know, artists alive. You know, I need you guys to be around. I need you guys to understand these things, because I'm not ready for having to continue to hear, look, this is what happened. You got a brother or a sister that had a beef because they just didn't know how to shut up on the gram. They didn't know how to shut up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Look, you don't want to end up like poor Georgie, do you? Look, brothers and sisters, all I'm saying is this, is that we've got too many brothers and sisters that are so talented that have lost their life because of social media. Take the time to Google these things out. And, you know, take the time to look at all the rap beefs that have resulted in death. Because in the lyrics, when there's a beef between sets, they call it out. And one thing I just want to advise, I know some of y'all like, look, I'm going to always be a studio. You know, I'm not a studio gangster. This is what I live my life. Stop telling on yourselves. Some of y'all be rapping and just, I mean, the FBI just be sitting there like, okay, great. Thanks. You made our job easier. We didn't have to do anything but press play. Stop boasting. Please, for the love of everything, could you please stop showing your money on social media? Who cares? Let me bring things down to a level that you need to understand about having real swag. A real player, a real playette does not floss their money on the gram, on Facebook. They keep their stuff under wraps. That's how you don't get jacked. But some of y'all are still trying to impress your haters, and some of y'all still getting jacked. Look, you bought that chain. Why is it getting snatched? I'm just saying. Some of y'all be calling out people on the gram, starting beef. Look, there are people that are really about that life. Are you about that life? And how long are we going to be about that life? There's nothing wrong with being a soldier. Understand what I'm saying to you? But when it comes to the dissing, the hating, and the verbal assaults that turn into physical assaults and lead to death, we've got to curb that. We got to stop that. We've got to value life. Brothers and sisters, it's about to go all the way up. Calling in live to the Tour on the Sister Speak Show is my special guest recording artist, engineer, and producer from Jackson, Mississippi. 100K. Let's give this brother a round of applause. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I am doing well. Everything going good for you today?
Yes, absolutely.
That's good. So we're going to get right into it. You know, Jackson, Mississippi stand up. You know, when did you know that music was your passion?
I'd say I knew it was my passion in college, like right around my senior year of high school going into college. Yeah, I'd say that's when I knew. Now, around 12 years old is when I started.
Okay.
When I started making beats, and my dad put me on piano lessons then, so I had already been making music, but I hadn't found a passion for it until I wanted to sing. And that was like senior year of high school.
Wow. So basically you are a Renaissance brother when it comes to, you know, being talented. You're singing, you're producing. And so you started making beats at 12. Like, what was that experience like?
It was fun. You know, it replaced video games in a way, because before video games was my thing, and then I learned to make beats, and now it was at the point where you can start making beats on the computer. So.
And so when you started making beats on the computer, you had, you know, how did you know that this was, okay, I'm tight. This is, I got something here. How did you know that this is what I want to really do?
I didn't think it was something at that time. I just knew it was something I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and so who are some of the producers that influenced you along the way when it came to, you know, musical production and things of that sort?
Well, first off, Kanye. Kanye was I'd say the one that really, sparked the idea of me producing. And I wasn't rapping at that point. I just wanted to produce.
And what is it about Kanye that, you know, strikes a chord with you, and that, I mean, because of course, you know, the obvious, but just what is it about him for you that, you know, you would say Kanye West is an influence?
You could hear it in his music, the completeness of it, and also you can tell that he's making music from an artistic and color-based viewpoint. Yeah.
And then so, you know, do you think that it is necessary in the music industry to be as original as possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, your individual nature is what sets you apart from the rest of the pack.
And so do you think in the music industry today there's a lot of copycats and not enough originality? Or do you think there is a lot of originality, we're just not seeing them get the platform shine that they need?
Both answers are correct. There's a lot of copycats, and really the copycats come from kids just wanting to get on, you know, maybe that's what they're listening to. Okay, so I'll just make music like this, you know, make a couple songs, you know, throw them out, and you know, I'm on. And then there's a flip side to that. You got artists that, you know, they really love music and they want to express themselves through music. So they are as original as possible with or without trying. You know what I mean?
Yo, I do know what you mean. And so then what do you think about the onslaught and just really the phenomenon of independent music artists? Do you think that it's a good thing? And do you think that independent is the way to go versus going to a major label?
I think independent is the way to go for your whole career. Now, with major labels, I'd say you would create some sort of partnership or a one-off business deal. You know, you don't want to be tied down to a company, any company, for, you know, a long period of time.
No, definitely, because I think also, you know, I feel like creative control is key. And I think creative control is what then allows your brand to be set apart from other people. Do you think that with a major label, how much do you think the artist gets to have creative control? Do you think it's limited, or what do you think?
It really depends on how the deal is set up and the artist's knowledge of the business or their team's knowledge of the business.
And so then when you mention team, how important is it to have a solid team in this independent, when you're going the independent route?
Oh, yeah, it's very important because, you know, no one gets there alone. You need other people to assist you in your needs. Like, you may know how to, as an artist, you may know how to go in and propose a deal and close it. But sometimes you may not have that time. So you may have to hire somebody who does that, and you have more time to create or, create something else other than music,
Yes. And so when, because I'm for the independent route, and I'm all for having a solid team, but a lot of times, some people get burned by their team, whether they're on the major label or independent. What do you think are some good tips for solidifying your crew?
I would say hire people that you trust and people who are good at what they do. Mm-hmm. Now, getting both of those things, that's where you got to be creative,
right?
And really use your discernment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. Discernment is crucial. Brothers and sisters, you are listening live to the tour recorded in Dallas, Texas. My special guest, I'm so excited about finally having this interview come to pass, is recording artist, sound engineer, and producer. Triple threat, brothers and sisters, 100K. So just in case you are tuning in live, thank you for being... thank you for being a listener of the Sister Speak Show, and thank you for your support. Shout out to everybody who's supporting our special guest this evening. So let's get down to your music. How would you describe your music?
That is a great question, because I really just it's a combination of making what I feel and what I see. Mm-hmm. Like, I make music based off of images and colors. Really images, because with images I can grab from that experience and, what was going on, what was the air like, and, what sounds were going on in the background, because I'm really interested in sounds, not just music, but sounds in general. Like, I can find, like, a weird sound, like, just something random and, mm-hmm. Add it to my music, and, people will never know where it came from, which is fun as an artist.
Yeah. And so how much time do you spend producing, engineering? Because I think that's really a beautiful thing to have so many talents, and to be able to really just cut out several middlemen, when it comes to producing your brand, so what, well, I guess, how can I ask this? What do you think is the most important part about all of what you do when it comes to your production? I will just ask that.
I'd say the most important part is the clarity and the expression. Mm-hmm. Whatever I'm trying to express, I have to make sure that it's clear and you can hear it, and you can almost see it if you close your eyes and listen to it.
Mm. And so do you spend a lot of time producing? That's the question I wanted to ask. I had like 5 questions I want to ask. So do you spend a lot of time practicing and producing, and how dedicated are you to it?
Yeah, I do spend most of my time practicing. I treat it like a full-time job, even though I have my side jobs to make money, mm-hmm. Make ends meet. But I treat making music and producing as a full-time job, because, I feel it's my life's work. It's my craft, so I have to, it has to take up, most of my thinking, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. so to speak.
Oh, for sure. And, I just want to say, I was listening, I was on your page and I was listening to your beats, and I like what you do. I think your beats are dope, and it's just like, I'm always intrigued by the ability to learn the soundboard, to know how to be an engineer, because it's easy to those who are just naturally a genius at it. But to somebody like me, where, okay, maybe I can learn, I've learned definitely how to work some boards, especially doing radio commercials and everything, but like, it looks pretty complicated. So like, just how did you pick up on knowing how to work this and work that? And do you believe it's just a natural talent that you have?
I think part of it is natural, but I think the bigger part of it was just me sitting down and figuring it out on my own and asking people and going on YouTube and watching tutorials. You know, a big part of people's success, I think, is just them, you know, just going at it and just figuring it out and just asking for help. And like a small part of it is, you know, a natural gift. You know, I don't think you can excel on just your natural gift alone. You know, I think it definitely has to apply to your reality, and you definitely have to utilize it.
And so do you believe that you do have to invest in what you do? Because, you know, there are going to be brothers and sisters listening who, you know, want to go down the pathway that you're on right now. You know, how much is investment a part of this journey?
It is a major part. It is definitely a major part, because that money that you invest is going to come back to you 10 times over, because it's really a law of attraction thing where you put your energy towards what you love and it comes back to you, you know.
Yes. And that's very important, brothers and sisters. Remember that, you know, your energy is very important. You know, your time, you know, how dedicated are you? Are you willing to not get paid for 5 years? Are you willing to, you know, not bubble and pop the way that you saw it in your dreams? You know, are you willing to actually crawl before you walk? Because this is a serious journey. And I just want to encourage all my brothers and sisters who have taken the leap of faith, who are pursuing their passions and talents. You know, you're working, and then as soon as you come from work, you're back in the lab doing whatever it is that you do, because the lab is just a general term. You know, shout out to you all, because it's serious. It's a serious grind. And also, you know, just really just taking the time to know that, look, in due season, this is going to bud and blow into what I want it to bud and blow into. So how many, you know, with that being said, how did you get the name 100K?
Well, I had a name before then. It was called KM Luckett, but there was already an artist in Jackson by the name of KM, and he was already established, so I decided to make a switch, and I thought about 100K, and to me, I chose the name 100K because it looks good on paper. You know, I chose that name from a visual, you know, perspective standpoint.
Yes. And so what is the music support like in Jackson, Mississippi? You know, what's the music scene like in Jackson?
Well, the music scene for hip hop, which is one that I intermingle with, you know, occasionally. You know, it's pretty cool. You got some real original artists, you know, out there doing the thing. You know, there's a small amount of support. It's not huge, I would say, but there is a small support, and there's definitely artists with a cult following and a fan base, you know, that supports them, that comes out to every show that they put on in the city.
And that's what's up. And so do you think that there are a lot of artists in Jackson who the world has not heard, but once the world hears, it's just over for the industry?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got artists that are out on the scene that are making noise, and also, you know, artists that, you know, that are in their basement that you've never heard before, but you know, they're practicing, and once they put out their first song, you know, the artists in the scene are gonna have to step their game up. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
So you never know. You know, there's a lot of talent here in Mississippi. I'll say that for sure.
That's a blessing, and I hope to be able to tap into some more of the talent in Jackson and have them come on the Sister Speak show. So, what influences you to write today? What is the inspiration behind your music today?
I'd say the inspiration is life experiences. You know, I'm 25 now, so I'm halfway through my 20s, so I have, you know, some stories to tell. You know, not as much as others, but, you know, life experiences and also good music, you know, whether it came out yesterday or 20, 30 years ago. Just listening to good music just inspires inspires me to write like immediately, and that's the feeling that I want to create when I make my music, is, you know, inspiring them to be on their craft and be better.
Mm-hmm. And out of all the songs that you've written, and it's okay to like all of your stuff, you know, and I know it's hard for somebody to choose, but what song to date, no matter what time that you wrote it, is your personal favorite?
I'd say there's a song I wrote called Aerial Views. It's a song that's going on my project called Good Karma. I'm releasing it this spring.
All right. Yes. That's what's up. And, you know, April, I'm going to be posting on, you know, on Instagram and everything. So I'm on the Sister Speak show. April on the tour is going to be Independent Artist Music Month. So I want to be playing all April long on the tour, music from spiritual inspiration artists, R&B artists, hip hop artists, rap artists, you know, your music on here, as long as it's a clean version, because like I said, this is an international podcast syndicated on Amazon Alexa, so people all over get to hear that. So I'm deeming every April for the Sister Speak show to be Independent Music Month. So I would love to be able to play, you know, a couple of your songs in April. If you have anything ready for me, you know, just send it on over and we'll get that airplay going for you, because I definitely would love to have you in rotation.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I'll get that to you.
Okay, I appreciate that. So, outside of Kanye West, 5 of your of the top rappers of all time, it could be past, it could be present, you know, that you feel like just are solid when it comes to the Music Hall of Fame.
Well, I'll give you my personal top 5.
Yes.
And I go with Andre 3000, Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Pimp C.
Definitely. Okay, let's just go with Pimp C. Why Pimp C?
Pimp C, he had that edge. I call it that edge. You know, when you hear Pimp C on the mic, you know, there's no not listening to him, because, you know, his voice is so captivating, and he just, you know, he really told it like it is. You know, his rhymes were like the say all, be all. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. And a lot of people like, you know, Pimp C and his flow. So then what is it about Jay-Z?
Jay-Z's just the way he uses his words. You know what I mean? From Reasonable Doubt, he had a lot of lyrics and like the imaging and the storytelling and the vocabulary was just, it took me in, and I really like an extended vocabulary, not just in rap, but in conversation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's another reason I love rap is, you know, sometimes I'll hear a word, you know, that I've never heard before. I'm like, you know, and I think that is the mark of a great, you know, rapper, you know, actual rapper, you know, someone that makes you want to look up words.
Yes.
So that's what Jay-Z, inspired in me, and also Biggie. Now Biggie, his imagery and storytelling and voice is just, you know, he was one of one. You know?
Yeah. You know, he is, and you know, when I don't know if you've ever heard this, but my friend Stacy, well, I consider to be my sister Stacy, and I met Biggie Smalls in California when he was on his tour. He came out to California, and he was going to be doing a autograph signing at then what was Tower Records. And so we walked all the way down the hill from high school. We stood in the line, and we got to meet him. And, you know, it's just amazing because, you know, with him being such a legend in the rap game, and with a lot of people, you know, saying Biggie being one of their all-time favorite lyricists, and why, you know, and just to be able to just have that encounter. I know several people have met him, but I could just say for my own personal experience that, okay, I was able to meet somebody who put a stamp in the music industry and who had tight bars. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And then guess what? I was able to meet 100K. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You know, I love it. One thing that I know that, you know, you do is you produce beats. And so I would like for you to share with the listening audience how they can get in touch with you when it comes to musical production and, you know, being able to get a beat, because that's what it's about here on the Sister Speak Show, you know, really providing an avenue for your brand and what you do. So go ahead and tell everybody how they can get in touch with you and possibly connect with you concerning some music production or buying or already purchasing a beat.
Yeah, if you want any questions about beats, just hit me on my Instagram. It's at IKeepIt100K. Yeah, just hit me in my DMs and just let me know what you need, because right now I'm selling exclusive beats for $65. And they come with the contract and everything. You know, I got to get your business set up right with me.
See what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? It's just that simple. We must support our own. That sounds like a wonderful price. It's an exclusive beat. And look, I've listened to his beats. All you got to do is go to his his IG page, and you can check out some of his samples of what he has going on. That's what it's about, brothers and sisters. It's about connecting people. You know, a lot of you all say, well, you know, I just don't know who to connect with. I'm having a hard time being a producer, or I may not be able to afford this or afford that. There are so many dope producers all over, and they're in your neighborhoods. They are all over. They advertise. Look, do hashtag searches. But this time I want you to do me a favor and do this brother a favor and go to his direct message, go to his page and connect with him and see how you all can and collaborate and make some wonderful music, because that's what it's about. We have to keep it within the village, brothers and sisters. We've got to support one another. That's very, very crucial. And this brother right here is very articulate. He's very serious about what he does. And he's a triple threat, okay? And that's what it's about. You know, what do you have coming up? I know you said you're dropping something in the spring. What else? What's next for 100K?
What's next is just to stay tuned for Good Karma, which I'm dropping in the spring. I'm dropping a video for Aerial Views. So with me and my buddy Cool 7, who's a feature on there, we're going to, you know, get plans to get that together.
Okay, and so you got, I want to be in the video.
yeah, just come to, once we figure out what, you know, where we're filming and, you know, what the concept is, yeah, you know, we'll hit you up.
Okay, you know, do I have to audition or anything?
No, you straight. Yeah, I've met you already.
I appreciate that. No, I appreciate you, my brother. You know, what are some of the things that you like about performing and connecting with the audience and your supporters? What do you like about it?
Performing, it just gives you this rush of energy. It may be fear, maybe nervousness, but it's just, you know, an energy that's you know, specific to that moment. And because you know that you have to be in that moment to deliver. And with musicians, the live performance is what really, you know, separates, you know, the real from the phony, you know?
Oh, definitely. And so then, what words of wisdom will you leave for my listening audience this today, for those who are, you know, the young brothers, the young sisters, even the ones who are older, who are interested in pursuing, you know, the avenue that you are working so well in? What's your words of wisdom for them?
I would say practice self-discipline. Just self-discipline and self-care. You take care of that, you take care of everything else.
And how important is self-discipline? Because I just want you to touch on that a little bit more.
It's very important, because your outside world and the results that you produce all come from how you feel about yourself and what you are doing as an individual.
Definitely. And that's very true, because I feel like self-discipline is what sets you apart. It shows people that you're serious, and it creates a solid support base, because people know that this isn't something that's, fly by night. I really appreciate that. So they can get in touch with you. Tell everybody your Instagram information and your social media information one more time.
My Instagram is at IKeepIt100K.
And they can direct message you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so are there any shout outs that you want to give this evening?
Yes, well, first of all, I want to shout out to you for this interview. I appreciate you for having me on.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
And I want to send a shout out to my cousin Jabari Owsley for giving me the opportunity to perform at his showcase.
Yes.
On the Move.
Yes, shout out to my Sister Speak Show family.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to the Sister Speak Show family, and shout out to Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and all the artists out there that are grinding and, doing their thing and, want to know where to go and how to get there. Just keep straight on the path.
Yes. And to all of the artists out there in Jackson that are listening, check this out. Holla at me. Come to my direct message at SGTPGW, or you can go on my website, sistergoodthing.com. Go to the contact page and give an inquiry. Let me hear your music and let's vibe out. That's what it's about. I'm not a hater. I'm an uplifter, and I love to encourage. You know what? I just want to encourage you, my brother, to keep doing what you're doing. You're very, very serious. You're very focused, and you have great conversation, and you're very articulate. And I just appreciate you for coming on the Sister Speak Show. I really thank you for saying yes, and coming on the Sister Speak Show and just taking the time out to vibe. I know that everybody is busy, so I just thank you for sharing your Saturday evening with us on the tour, and for just being Sister Speak Show family. I just want to encourage you to continue pursuing your passions and your dreams, and continue to put out dope music, dope beats, and just continue to do what you do. You never know who's watching, and you never know who you're inspiring. So just continue to do what you're supposed to do, and do it with all the passion that you're doing it with. And I hope that you'll come back on the Sister Speak Show again.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, just let me know.
Okay, and so you did have a good time?
Yes, I definitely did. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh, I enjoyed you too. I am so thrilled that you called in. I will be sending you a copy of the interview. I'll be direct messaging you within the hour, and I just appreciate all of what you're doing. And this is definitely not goodbye. This is just going to simply be that I'll talk to you later.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care. Brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for 100K. Okay, brothers and sisters, and Flywalker, if you are listening, you're next. I want to interview you, my brother. So just shout out to Flywalker as well. Check this out. You know what? Before we close out on the tour, I got to just go through this. First of all, when it comes to the music industry, there are a lot of music artists who sample records and they do remakes. And remakes are popular, and sometimes a remake goes up and sometimes it goes down. And we are not for the sucky remakes. We're for the remakes that actually are cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to flash you guys back. I'm going to play... First, I'm going to play the remake, and then I'm going to play the old song. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap this on up and get on out of here. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. Spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Shout out to all the listeners. Keep hanging in there. We're going to wrap this up, but I got to play this for you. So anyway, brothers and sisters, there's a remake that I like, and it was taken from another song that everybody likes. And so, we're just going to flash it back. I'm going to go ahead. I got it all queued up. We're going to go ahead and get this started. And this features Foxy Brown as well as Blackstreet, and this is Get You Home. Did you like that?
Pete baby boy style. Hoping we match. You sent me Crown Royale.
With a note attached.
Said you look like the type that know what you like. I can tell by the jewels you go for the ice. Plus you wear shoes well, the suit flows nice. I don't like the notes too well, let's be more precise. Meet me by the VIP, let's powwow. Whisper in my ear like blue, let's bounce now. I'm about to say peace to my mans for you. When it's all said and done, I got plans for you. He said,
Foxy Brown, female MC, Blackstreet R&B group, Teddy Riley, and the rest of the guys, Chauncey and them. Classic, y'all. I saw Foxy Brown in concert. I used to go to a lot of shows back in Cali. Trust that. I've seen a lot of performers. So, you got a taste of this, right? Get Me Home, Foxy Brown, Blackstreet. So what was the influence? You know, because we gotta pay homage. You gotta give honesty where you're supposed to give honesty. So we're gonna pay homage to where this originally came from. Eugene Wilde. Gotta get you home tonight. Eugene had a serious curl. His curl had a curl. It was real. And he had a serious tweed blazer. It was real, Eugene. See, this is before album covers became slutty. Just serious, strike your pose, look like a mannequin out of JCPenney's. Check out these old school album covers. They are interesting. They're totally different from the Little Kim one, where she's squatting and twatting. Said it anyway, brothers and sisters. We're going to play the original to the remake, and this is Eugene Wilde. Let's get it, let's go. Hey. Hope you all had a good time this evening listening to the Tour on the Sister Speak Show. 2 shows, one at 5, one at 7. Come on, Eugene. Come on, brother Eugene. This is on the best of Eugene Wilde. Gotta get you home tonight. 6.2 million views. This is that I'll see you tonight, kiss my neck, I love you husband, I love you wife music. Hey. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. We have 6 segments on the Sister Speak Show. Coming to the stage, the platform, the tour, the laugh line, the culture, climate, and the search effort. We have special guest interviews, live on location reports, live performances, and in-studio interviews. The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic, and they are impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. We are a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening, nourishment. We don't go dumb. We go wisdom on the Sister Speak Show. It's about making the known. Thank you, 100K, for being a very special guest on the tour this evening. Stand Up Jackson, Mississippi, and stand up all over the world. Thank you for being my special listening audience. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to continue to be more than a conqueror. I want your passions to ignite. I want you to get in that ring, and I want you to fight for your joy, your peace, for your things. I want you all to enter into everything that is predestined for you to enter into. Delay doesn't mean denied. You have all access once you have activated. Brothers and sisters, do you hear the difference between the first song and this one? I can understand why they remade it. Their version, their creative interpretation. It's a dope song. It's a song responsible for a lot of children being born. Brothers and sisters, you be blessed. Tomorrow evening, my special guest will be fashion designer as well as wardrobe stylist Mike Sims. We're talking about the Mike Sims collection and all of what he has done. This brother is doing some things. Dallas, stand up for that interview. We've got a lot of dope people coming on the Sister Speak Show. Continue to listen and check my Instagram at SGTPGW and check my website, sistergoodthing.com. I don't bite. I just don't play, but I'm all for my people. And I want you all to continue to prosper. I'll be back live tomorrow evening at 7. And then we'll be back on schedule starting Tuesday with Coming to the Stage. You have a good evening. And you be blessed. You be encouraged. You be fly. Take care now. Good evening.